we're going to learn how to breathe in two different ways. Either filling the lungs up from what I would call the top, or filling them up from the bottom with our diaphragm, or kind of our belly breathing. And when we contrast those two different types, when we exhale, we're going to be looking at the amount of volume that we have in reserve. Now, how big is that power reserve? And also how consistent is that power reserve when we exhale? So let's just take, what we're going to do is just exaggerate this. So if you were doing it the wrong way, would be how you would inhale to get ready to sing, and you would just lift your shoulders and your chest would come out and go like this. That is chest, that is inhaling kind of from the top rather than from the bottom. So here's the way we can practice doing it the other way. I want you to put your hand across your chest right here, and if you feel your chest going up, we're doing it the wrong way. We're going to try and fill up our lungs from the bottom up here. And if you can expand your rib cage without your chest going up, that's the way we can get into this. So again, we're not going like this with our chest, rising, our shoulders rising. We're going to keep all that in place. And I'm going to try to expand my rib cage from kind of my belly here. And my chest won't go up. So I'll go. So my chest hasn't gone up, my shoulders haven't gone up. In fact, if you're doing it right, your belly will kind of expand. So we'll do that again. My chest isn't moving, but my belly is going out. It might take a little while to practice this, so do it as many times as you like. Just try to juxtapose the two together by making them almost comical. It's like, that's the top, and then this is the bottom, and just feel your belly. This shouldn't move, but this should move. Now, if you have both of those down, here's an exhale from a top of the lungs breath. It wasn't a lot of volume, and it was kind of like, it was kind of fluttery. If I do it for my diaphragm, I have a lot more volume there. I mean, there's a lot more volume, and it's a lot more controlled. Because I find if you fill your lungs from the top, then you always are kind of feeling like you're ready to run out of fuel. So breathing in from your diaphragm, I have a lot more confidence because I've just got a lot more pressure behind that and a lot more consistency in that tone. So again, just let's do it a few more times. Keep your hand on your chest and breathe in through from your belly. Now, obviously, you won't be doing that when you're singing, but if you can get into that routine of practicing and just putting a hand over your chest, making sure you're not breathing from the top, but breathing from here and putting a hand over your belly to kind of make sure that diaphragm is pushing out in what I'd call belly breathing. If we can really work on that, then the consistency and also the amount of reserve of your breath will improve drastically. So a lot has been said about chest voice and head voice, also called falsetto. Instead of getting into controversial territory here, let's just go with a generally held belief that there is a standard break between when you're singing in your chest voice and then you kind of switch gears to reach your notes in your higher register. We've said before that we raise the pitch of our voice by tightening the vocal folds, but then at some stage we can only tighten them so much without straining them. So the folds break open a little and thin out, kind of like changing to a thinner string on a guitar. And because of the mechanics of that change, more air escapes to give you a thinner area, kind of a breathy sound. Now, I'm not going to get into all the schools of thought in terms of falsetto or head voice. There are plenty of arguments. Go to any singing forum and you'll see all that controversy there. But just to get the basics down, that's what I mean when we're going to be talking about falsetto from now on.